Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the first chapter of class 10 mathematics, and that chapter is real numbers. Before coming on the real numbers, we recall the number system which you have learned in class 9. In class 9, you have learned rational numbers, integers, whole numbers and natural numbers, and further also irrational numbers. Now first we start with the natural numbers. As you know, counting numbers are natural numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. These are the natural numbers, and natural numbers are represented by capital letter N. And the smallest natural number is 1, and for greatest natural number you can't say, that will be infinity. Now next one is the whole number. If we take 0 with the natural number, then you will get a set of another number, and that is called whole number. Whole numbers are represented by capital letter W, and it is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. That is, the smallest whole number is 0 and the greatest, that will be infinity. Further, integers. With whole numbers, if you take negative natural numbers, then you will get another set of numbers, and that is called integers. Integers are represented by Z, capital letter Z, and it will be from negative natural numbers to the positive natural numbers, taking 0 in the middle of that. That is, for example, you can take -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. These are the integers. Now next one is rational number. As you know, if any number can be expressed in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0, then you will say the numbers is rational numbers. Rational numbers are represented by capital letter Q. All natural numbers, whole numbers and integers are rational numbers. Now come on the topic, Euclid's division lemma. First of all, what is lemma? Lemma, it is a proven statement which is used to prove another statement. That is, lemma एक ऐसा स्टेटमेंट है जो ऑलरेडी प्रूव है, और इस स्टेटमेंट के हेल्प से हम दूसरे स्टेटमेंट को प्रूव कर सकते हैं. Now Euclid's division lemma. This is not only for you. When you divide a number by another number, to check, to verify your division, you apply this, and that is the Euclid's division lemma. Now for example, for any two positive integers a and b, there exist unique integers q and r such that a equal to bq plus r. Here a and b are two integers. A is greater than b. If you divide a by b, then you will get quotient and remainder. This quotient is q and remainder is r. Where a it is called dividend or dividend, b it is called divisor or divisor, q it is the quotient and r is the remainder. And value of r, it will be greater than equal to 0 and less than b. That is, when you divide a number by another number, your remainder will be either 0 or the remainder will be less than divisor. Since divisor is b, that means remainder will be less than b. Now, next is algorithm to get the SCF of two numbers a and b. What is algorithm? Algorithm means it is the specific steps which are used to solve a particular type of problem. That is, to solve any problem, you have to follow the some steps, and that steps are known as algorithm. Now, here algorithm to get the SCF of two numbers is given. Step 1, apply Euclid's division lemma for a and b, where a and b are two given integers. A is greater than b, that means you will divide this a by b. Then you can write this A and B in the form of Euclid's division lemma as A equal to BQ plus R, where Q is the quotient and R is the remainder. And value of R, it will be greater than equal to 0 and less than division B. Second step, if R equal to 0, that means when you divide A by B, your remainder is 0. In that case, your divisor B, it will be the SCF of A and B. But step 3, if R is not 0 in that case, then you will get remainder R, then you will apply this division lemma for divisor B and remainder R. That means R by R, you will divide B again. And you will continue this process till the remainder becomes 0. When remainder becomes 0, then you will say the last divisor is the SCF. Therefore, last divisor, it is the SCF of A and B. Now, exercise 1.1, question number 1. First question of 1. Find the SCF of 135 and 225. Here 225, 225 which is greater than 125, that is 225, it will be divided, and 135 which is the division. First of all, you will divide 225 by 135. Now see here, 225 divided by 135. 135, 1 jar, 135. If you take the quotient 2, then it will be 135 into 270 and it will be greater than 225. So your quotient will be 1. Subtract it, 5 minus 5, 0. Borrow 1 from here, it will be 12. 12 minus 3 equal to 9 and this will be 1. 1 minus 1 cancel 0. This remainder is not 0. 90 is the remainder is not 0. Then divide this divisor 135 by 95. Then you will write 35 by 35 here and divide it by 90. 90 by the 90. Subtract 5 minus 0, 5. 13 minus 9, 4. Remainder is not 0 in this case also. Then divide this 90 by 45. 45 to the 90, remainder is 0. Now, division algorithm. Step 1. 225 equal to 135 into 1 plus 90. 225, it is equal to 135 into 1 plus this remainder 90. Step 2, 135 equal to 90 into 1 plus 45. This. Step 3, 90 equal to 45 into 2 plus 0. Since remainder in this case is 0, therefore SCF, it will be the last divisor and your last divisor is 45, therefore your answer is 45. Second and third of question number 1, you will solve like this. Now question number 2. So that any positive or integer of the form 6q plus 1 or 6q plus 3 or 6q plus 5. To get the solution of this, take x be any positive integer and your divisor b will be 6, because the given integer will be in the form 6q plus 1, 6q plus 3 or 6q plus 5, that is 6 is the divisor. Now you will apply Euclid division lemma for x and 6. Then you will get quotient q and remainder r. And you can express x as 6 cube plus r, where r it is greater than equal to 0 and less than 6. If remainder is 0, either 0 or 2 or 4. If remainder is 0, 2 or 4, in that case, this x it will be divisible by 2, and you know that any number which is divisible by 2, it is an even number, therefore x will be even. But the question is given for the odd integer, that means remainder 0, 2 or 4 are not possible. That means the value of remainder will be either 1 or 3 or 5. So for any odd integer, r will be 1 or 3 or 5. That is, this x can be expressed as 6 cube plus remainder 1, or 6 cube plus remainder 3. This, or 6 cube plus remainder 5. This. That means any odd number can be expressed in the form of either 6 cube plus 1, 6 cube plus 3 or 6 cube plus 5. You can see the result from here. Now, question number 3, that will be the homework, and you have to find the SCF of the given numbers 32 and 616, and that will be the maximum number of columns, and that will be answer. You will apply the method of question number 1 to get the SCF of question number 3, and that will be your answer. You have to solve it. After that, now tomorrow you will see question number 4 and 5. That's all. Thank you.